And my next step, I wanna rest because my little daughter Maria. Today, my wife sent me a message video. My little daughter say, "Daddy, Daddy." 10.5 months. I look at my little daughter. 2 months. Maximum 2 months, maybe 1.5. Now I wanna back home, rest, off my phone and close in my house. Sit like this and the look in the sky. Yeah. And three. How grow tree?
How the tree is growing.
Yeah.
We saw in the last fight out in Egypt, we were out there covering that fight against Rico Verhoeven, and he didn't look particularly good, if I'm totally honest. You know, the years are on the clock and time does catch up with everyone, and, you know, Father Time waits for no one. And I think for Oleksandr Usyk, I think that we saw the cracks maybe starting to appear against Verhoeven, whether he took him lightly, you know, whatever it was, he didn't look the Usyk of old, and he probably recognises this is maybe the time.
You know, I feel like Crawford's retired, but we got to focus on the division, the championships, and the fighters that are active.
We've seen obviously that Usyk has vacated earlier. Does that mean that now AJ Fury will be for a belt?
I doubt it. No, I mean they're not in line for it to be for a belt. Maybe.
Oleksandr Usyk's retirement announcement has shocked the boxing world, with many fighters and experts calling it a cking Disgrace to see such a legendary champion leave the sport. Emotions are running high as boxing pros react to the unexpected news, debating whether this is truly the end of an unforgettable era or just another surprising twist.
He could sail off into the sunset and he's done everything. Do you know what I mean? He's phenomenal fighter, man. You're watching him, I'm just watching him, I'm going, oh my God. Like, that's God-given talent.
Listen up, boxing pros drop a bold truth about Usyk. They say Usyk should call it quits now, before this sport starts taking things away instead of giving. Usyk already ruled undisputed 3 times, once at cruiserweight, twice at heavyweight. Nothing left to chase. Usyk has already won it all.
I said Oleksandr Usyk should call it quits. Like, what more do you need to take away from this sport before it starts taking away from you? You've been undisputed 3 times. 3 times. One at cruiserweight and twice at heavyweight. There is nothing more to achieve.
Hold on. Teddy Atlas gets deep about Usyk's future today. He says if Usyk doesn't win, retirement becomes a real serious thought. Someone called it sad, but Teddy pushes back hard, asking, does any career last forever? Nobody's career avoids the end. Teddy says, not even a legend like Usyk.
If I don't win this fight, obviously retirement has to be a very serious thought. And, you know, somebody said to me earlier, they said, isn't it sad? I said, what's sad? I'm trying to understand. What's sad? And he said, well, you know, the retire. I said, do you know anybody who has a career that doesn't end at some point? Show them to me. I'd like to.
Right now, Simon Jordan drops deep thoughts about Usyk. He says this feels like the right move for Usyk. Boxing may not need him anymore. A new generation of fighters keeps coming, hungry and ready to shine. Simon says we're about to watch the last great chapter of Fury, Joshua, and Usyk. Out of all 3, Simon calls Usyk the top dog, the elite one, better than Tyson Fury. Simon believes Usyk is choosing the right time to walk away.
So I think it's the right move for Oleksandr Usyk. I think it's the next generation of boxing. I don't think heavyweight boxing needs Oleksandr Usyk. He's got another generation of fighters coming through. But we are about to see the last swan songs of this triumvirate of Fury, Joshua, and Usyk being, with all due respect to Tyson Fury, the elite of the lot. And I think it's the right time to go.
Check this out. Liam Goff breaks down Usyk's last fight hard. He talks about Rico Verhoeven, a guy with 1 fight and 1 knockout, over 10 years old, mostly known for kickboxing, not boxing. Liam points out Usyk stepped in against a kickboxing legend, not a boxer. Fans start wondering why Usyk took that fight in the first place. Liam feels this shows Usyk's career reaching its final stretch, and people notice the shift happening right in front of them.
A nice rest.
Yes, Tyson, this is Sean from the action. What is the difference between the last fight and 3 months private camp? What's the difference? between the last one and this one in your opinion? I like everything, the moves, the fight, the plans.
On the record, absolutely fuck all. 2 losses.
Get ready, because Adam Smith and Liam Goff both feel it deep. Adam says everyone will miss Usyk once he's gone. Only later will people understand how great Usyk truly was. Adam admits the heavyweight division still feels too easy right now. Liam jumps in and agrees, saying at this point Usyk already had a great career, so stepping away makes sense. Both men speak with respect, almost sad, knowing boxing without Usyk feels different and honestly a little empty.
But yeah, we'll miss him when he's gone, and we'll only realise how incredible he was when we look back at him, I think. But no, the heavyweight division is full of character.
At that point, you've had a great career, you're retiring as an
Adam Smith says this whole Usyk news catches him totally off guard today. He admits he doesn't have all the facts yet about Usyk, and hasn't even seen a proper statement anywhere. Adam says everything about Usyk's next step just showed up through social media, before anyone officially even spoke. He stays honest, saying he'll simply wait and watch to see what really happens with Usyk. It's a rare moment where even experts around Usyk feel completely surprised.
Surprise, and I'll wait and see what happens. I mean, I don't know the findings. We don't know. I haven't seen statements really. I don't know. It's come out in the social media.
Carl Froch drops a heavy truth bomb about Usyk's future. He believes this really has to be the end of Usyk's career, even if Usyk hasn't said the word retirement out loud yet. Carl says Usyk will sit down, look back, and realize he isn't a menace in the heavyweight division anymore. Usyk simply can't compete like before, Carl explains, and that loss changes everything for him. Carl speaks with a mix of sadness and respect, knowing how hard it is to admit a legend like Usyk has reached his final chapter. Boxing World watches closely, waiting on Usyk.
I think that's going to have to be the end of his career. I don't think he's announced that he's retiring, but I think he'll reflect on it. He'll look back and say, listen, he's no longer a menace in the heavyweight division. He can't really compete.
Frank Warren speaks straight from the heart about Usyk. He says Usyk made his choice, and honestly, God bless him for it. Frank says watching Usyk fight all these years has been a true joy, calling his whole career simply incredible and totally unforgettable. Still, there's a big question hanging in the air. Will we ever see Usyk step back into the ring again? Usyk has retired before, Frank reminds everyone, so nothing feels totally certain here. But this time, Frank truly believes Usyk's decision is final, and boxing must now learn to move forward without him.
Decision, and that's what he's chosen to do, and God bless him.
Yeah, I mean, what an incredible career. We've enjoyed watching him fight for so many years, but he has retired before. So questions here this afternoon about whether we will indeed see him back in the ring. I suppose it's difficult for you to say, Frank.
Well, it is, but I don't believe we will. I think that's the decision.
Simon Jordan takes us back to a huge moment for Usyk. He says he actually thought Usyk might retire right inside the ring after beating Daniel Dubois, because there was barely anything left for Usyk still to prove. Simon reminds everyone that Usyk already beat the very best heavyweights, the perceived kings of the division. He says people still argue Usyk deserves more chances, just like Usyk talks about himself with total confidence. Simon calls Usyk a total class act, from how he carries himself outside the ring to exactly how he performs once the bell rings for Usyk.
Well, I thought he might have retired in the ring after beating Daniel Dubois because there was very little left for him to do. He'd beaten all the perceived best heavyweights in the division. There are arguments that he should be given opportunities in the same way that he talks about himself. He talks about, because first of all, he's an absolute class operator in every way, Usyk, from the way he carries himself to what he does in the...
Everybody in boxing keeps asking the same giant question about Usyk. Who is actually going to stop this man, Usyk? The Boxing World channel throws out a wild comparison. Prime Usyk at cruiserweight against Prime Holyfield at cruiserweight, and nobody can fully answer that one. They say Usyk feels just different from every fighter that came before him, like he's playing a whole new game. Fighters today aren't judged just on skill anymore. The channel explains, it's way more about conditioning now, staying sharp, staying strong every single round. Usyk somehow does both perfectly, skill and conditioning, which is exactly why nobody can figure out how to truly beat Usyk.
Looming over everything is who's stopping this guy? Who is going to stop Oleksandr Usyk? prime Usyk at cruiserweight or prime Holyfield at cruiserweight?
Usyk is just different. The fighters are different now. It used to be like skill, now it's more about conditioning.
You think so?
Joe Rogan comes in hot with pure hype for Usyk. He says this guy Usyk just has to touch you once, and everything goes down instantly. Joe laughs, saying Usyk is so different from anybody else in the heavyweight division, totally on another level. Sure, everybody in boxing hits hard, Joe admits. Every fighter out there brings power into the ring. But Usyk hits hard, Joe says, like there's an extra gear nobody else owns. The crowd laughs with him, feeling the energy Joe brings whenever Usyk's name comes up. For Joe, Usyk isn't just strong. Usyk is something completely rare, something boxing may never see twice.
However long? I don't think it really matters. I think people are desperate to see him back. It's a curiosity. What does he have left? He's an unbelievable entertainer. He's a great self-promoter. He's a great fighter. I think he's definitely had a lot of time out of the ring. I don't know what sort of fighter he comes back as, but he's a huge star. One of the biggest stars in...
Ade Oladipo speaks with real emotion about Usyk right now. He admits it. Maybe Usyk really is retired. And if that's true, everyone in boxing is going to miss Usyk so much. Ade says he has done hundreds, maybe thousands of interviews in his career, but Usyk stands out as the best person he has ever talked to. Ade smiles, saying Usyk is sometimes tough on him during interviews, but that's just part of what makes talking with Usyk so memorable. Ade's voice carries deep respect, almost like saying goodbye to an old friend rather than a champion. For Ade, Usyk isn't only a fighter people admire in the ring. Usyk is a person who leaves a mark on everyone around him. Whether Usyk truly walks away or eventually returns, Ade makes it clear boxing won't feel the same without a legend like Usyk in it.
He might be retired, people. And if he is retired, I think we're going to miss him a lot. Honestly, like this guy, I've done, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of interviews. He is the best person to interview. Sometimes he's hard.
At the end of the day, one giant name stands above every single reaction, Usyk. From pure joy to pure shock, boxing pros can't stop talking about Usyk and this massive retirement news. Some call it a total disgrace how fast people forget what Usyk gave the sport, while others simply bowed down with deep respect for Usyk's incredible journey. Usyk didn't just win belts. Usyk changed the whole heavyweight game forever, and every single pro in this video knows it deep down. Whether Usyk truly walks away or shocks everyone with a comeback, one thing stays crystal clear: Usyk's legacy is already untouchable. This isn't just goodbye. This feels like history closing a chapter right in front of our eyes. So boxing world, take one more look, because a fighter like Usyk only comes around once in a lifetime, and honestly, we may never see anything like Usyk again.